Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial which will help you create activities using the program Hotpotatoes. Well, the first thing you should do is to follow the instructions in a previous email which we sent. Go to this web page and download the program into your computer. And before you start creating the activities, it is really important you have a folder somewhere in your computer where you will keep everything you do with the activities. I've created here on the desktop of my computer this folder called Hotpotatoes Activities, where I will keep everything related to the activities. It is also important that in this folder you create another one called Resources, where you will keep all the resources which you will need and use for the activities. For example, in my activity I will use the logo of frog, so I keep it here, and I've decided that I want a photo as the background of my activity, so I also keep it here. So this is the first step before you start creating the activities. Now that you've done these two things, you're ready to start creating. Let's double click on the program, and this is what you find: the different activities which the program allows you to do. You can create gap fillings, quizzes, crosswords and puzzles, jumbled sentences, matchings, and you also have this tool which is the masher. The masher allows you to create a whole unit with a number of different activities, but I don't recommend that you use it at this level before you are familiar with the creation of these single individual activities. So at this point, the only thing you have to do is to decide which activity you would like to create. For example, I've decided to create a matching activity, so I double click here, and this is what I get. So let's start creating the activity. You will find a toolbar here with a number of different functions. Some of them are summarized here, but we will go to it later on. Now let's give our activity a title, for example the green matching, and we have two columns where we will introduce the items ordered. Now the program gives you 5 different pairs. But if you want to introduce more, the only thing you have to do is to come here to the left and use these arrows to add any more pairs, as many as you want. Once you are happy with the content of the activity and the title, we've made a correction here in the title, what you have to do is to save it here. Anytime you make a change, you save it, and you save it in the Hotpotatoes Activities folder, which is the one we created before, and we have the resources folder here. The name can be green matching, and we save it here. Well, what you've saved is the project of your activity, which is here, and you can go to it as many times as you want, and you can make as many changes as you want. Now what we are going to do is to configure the output, to design what the activity will look like. So I come here to Options, Configure Output, and I have the title. If I am happy with it, I can leave it. Instructions, I can write here any instructions I want. Then in prompts and feedback, you have the correct and incorrect indicator, and then your score, correct, well done. You can add here some things if you want. and then you click on OK. Because you've made changes, then you have to save them. Anytime you make a change, you have to save it in your computer. Now we will continue improving our activity. We will go back to Configure Output, and in the Appearance button I have one option here, which is to introduce a photo as the background. As I said at the beginning, I've chosen a photo which I have in my folder here, which is this one. If I consider that the photo is too big, then I make it a bit smaller. But what it is really important is that in picture alignment you choose none, because you do not want the photo on the left or the right, you want it as the background, so you have to click in here and then OK. Now you can also choose the colors for the background. The activity is divided into several sections, which are the navigation bar, the title, the background, the exercise, and you can change here the colors for all of them. When you think you are happy with the result, then again you click in OK and you save the changes. Now I want to make just one last change before finishing the activity, which is introducing the logo. I have this icon here which allows me to insert photos. My logo is here, so I go there, open it. This is the size which I will see, but I think it is too big, so again here I can make it smaller. But this time, instead of choosing none for picture alignment, I will choose left because I want it on the left of the activity, and then I click OK. This will be my last change, but I have to save it before continuing with the last step. Well, and once I've introduced everything I need for my activity, the content, the design, and I think that now everything is ready, what I have to do is to come here to this icon with the number 6, and I click on it, and I'm going to publish this as an HTML file, which will allow the student to do the activity afterwards. I keep it and I get this window. Here I can view the exercise on my browser, or I can upload it. I can close it here, and then when I go to the folder, I've got it as an HTML file. So I allow content, and here is my activity. So this is the result. We've got the background photo, we've got the navigation bar with the color we chose, the logo here on the left, the instructions we've written down, and then the activity. I'm going to match the pairs to see if the activity works. This comes here, this goes here, and this one comes here. We check and we see that our score is 100%, it's correct, well done, congratulations, which is what we introduced. So our activity is finished. I hope that this tutorial has been helpful for you and useful as well, practical, functional. And I think that with this tutorial and a bit of creativity and imagination, you will be able to design great activities for our project. That's all. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye.